Good evening, Capricorn, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions, okay? And to you loyals out there, welcome back, okay? So, Capricorn, you've seen me posting the single readings last month, okay? Well, this month I'm going to go on and post readings for couples here, and this reading is valid until the end of next month here. Okay? So basically, this reading will help you improve your circumstances here. And I'm going to be discussing three main issues here. First, I'm going to discuss a an energy within the cards that you guys seem that you've been kind of holding on to, and the message that I will be sharing with you will help you to accept a bit more responsibility, you know? And also it will encourage you to release this energy here because it might be impeding the natural flow of your relationship. The next issue that we will be discussing is a topic perhaps that you might want to consider, just sitting your partner down and just discussing, okay? Because with this card, I'm going to show you what your strengths are, what your gifts are. And the message that I will be expressing will remind you that you are, Capricorn, in fact, very lovable and you're worthy of love, okay? And last but not least, I'm going to just basically, give you a few more messages that will benefit you should you pay a bit more attention of those messages, from now on here. Okay? And this will help create the positive experiences that many of you would like to manifest. All right? So, for starters, rest assured that this reading will not resonate for each and every one of you Capricorns out there, but for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope that it does offer you some insightful information, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So I'm going to go on and just shuffle up this deck of cards here to just pull a few cards here just to see what the spirit has to say in regards to your situation. And keep in mind that this reading is valid until the end of June. If it does resonate with you guys, be sure to like and share and subscribe if you've yet to subscribe, okay? So Spirit, what message would you have for me regarding Capricorn situation? And this reading is exclusively for Capricorn couples, okay? Let's see what cards that we have here. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to select two cards from the bottom here. We have both the garden, all right, as well as the silver waterfalls here, all right? So let's start with the garden, ladies and gentlemen. And with the garden, it certainly shows that it's time that in order to restore harmony in your situation, if it has soured for some of you, is that you need to really start on, really learning to honor yourself a bit more and trust and have faith here that I'm kind of getting here. All right. And then when you have this silver waterfall here that's sitting there next to that, is just telling you to, you need to stay a bit more balanced here. I feel that, a lot of negative energy's been coming towards you, not necessarily, you know, from your partner, but from outside forces over which you have no control here. And I feel that some of you have been carrying on bad feelings that were not your own here. So that kind of shows me that you guys are very empathic. So you might want to try to do something to kind of raise your vibrations a bit more here so that you won't be, feeling the pains of, everyone else in the world here. And it makes you feel a bit gloomy here when these are not your feelings, they are other people's feelings. Okay? So, as I indicated today, we're going to be, focusing mainly on three questions here. So let's look at your first question here as well as your first card. Okay, we have emotional freedom here. So with this card, ladies and gentlemen, it indicates an energy as I indicated from the onset, from your life before the relationship that you are presently in. Okay. And this is the messages or the message from this card will help you take a bit more ownership here. So it seems that with this card, emotional freedom, ladies and gentlemen, many of you seem to be clinging to the thought that being in a relationship might compromise your emotional freedom here, because it's almost like I kind of get the indication that some of you kind of want your cake and need it too here. All right. And if that is the case, then you really need to have a discussion with your partner here. You know, this card is, is all about, of course, when you're wanting emotional freedom. And of course, if you're not authentic with the one you love, a lot of secrets tend to be held here. So you can't really be holding back secrets here. And this card is certainly suggesting to you that your partner certainly isn't suppressing you. Okay. And, you know, as I can't stress the importance of this, but, you know, true emotional freedom, ladies and gentlemen, certainly isn't about, really being secretive. But if you're not true with your feelings and being authentic, okay, there will become some type of secrets being held here. So it's time that you be more authentic that I'm getting here, and also trusting your intuition and understand that you've been clinging to this thought of this feeling of, feeling as if, your personal autonomy somehow is going to be, taken away from you if you were to have a sustainable relationship. With that is not true here. Okay. Now let's look at your second card here. It's basically a topic, ladies and gentlemen, that you might consider, opening yourself up a bit more and talking. Okay, this is compatibility there. All right, so I feel that, for those of you who are feeling somehow that your partner doesn't appreciate you or doesn't value you as you would want to be, it's time to have an honest, authentic discussion here. It's time that you speak your mind and not really bottle up, your feelings and what you want here. Okay? And then let's look at your third card here. Actually, I've selected two here. And basically, what these cards are suggesting that, these are some things that you might want to consider to pay a bit more attention to from now on, in order to restore that peace or restore that harmony that many of you are so searching, or seeking, within this existing type situation. So again, you have self-respect as well as the distorted masculine there. So with self-respect, it is what it is. Basically, with what that card is kind of saying there, it's telling you to stop really compromising your self-respect, ladies and gentlemen, for the sake of love, for the sake of security. Okay, it's asking you once again to trust your instincts, and it seems that this is an echoing theme throughout your reading here, because when you combine the distorted masculine there, okay, it shows, and this card is certainly all about an unwillingness to kind of trust. You need to recognize that in yourself and to trust yourself, particularly your intuition here, all right? Because some of you seem to be, or kind of put yourselves into these win lose type situations, or these one up type, you know, situations. And what this is suggesting is that it's time that you let those go. You don't have to have proof or evidence for everything. Trust your intuition and just have faith. Okay? And this card is also suggesting that some of you might even need to rest and you're just overworking yourself. I'm getting here. Rest when it is needed, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So let's go on and just pull out a few more cards here. I just have a few more messages that I'd like to share with you, to also help you to continue to nurture the love and the relationship that, the both of you really desire here. So, Spirit, give us a few more messages for Capricorns again. And this reading is valid from now until the end of next month here. Spirit, give us a few more additional messages that Capricorn might consider moving forward here. So I'm going to select three I'm going to select 6 of these messages here from this and read them to you guys. Okay. 2, 3. Okay, let's see what the first message is. This is a favorable time for matters of the heart. Wow. A time of inspiration as well as healing. A relationship blossoms and your heartfelt aspirations now manifest, loving into reality. Isn't that nice to hear? Okay. Understand that you are certainly a jewel, even though you may not see it. What you consider imperfect is certainly an illusion. Even in darkness, you shine eternally bright. Understand that certainly love is the expression of God, Goddess, flowing through you. Love is also a sacred union, a great creative power, which through the merging of two souls becomes an exploration of the divine. Understand that every experience, regardless of whether you perceive it as good or even bad, that experience really comes with a gift attached. Yet sometimes the gift is really only revealed with the passing of time. Trust all is as it should be. Okay? Try to surround yourselves with nature, particularly during this time period in question. And I feel that what this message is saying to you is that you're going to certainly feel a greater sense of well being because nature's healing energy is, in fact, sensual and magical. It would definitely awaken the sensual magic that dwells within you. All right? So let's look at a few other things that I'm going to shuffle up. Um, Another deck of cards here just to give you 3 additional messages here on a few things that you might want to do in terms of, letting go or surrendering, to kind of transform this relationship into something a lot better. Okay. So Spirit, give me 3 more additional messages for Capricorns here. Let's see what we have. It's time to surrender to receiving support as well as love here. You know, allow the love and support of others in rather than really trying to handle everything yourselves here. Because I feel that for some of you, particularly during this time period in question, I'm seeing some of you who may have gotten sick or ill or may have had a surgery or some here. And, you might feel that you have to do everything on your own, or you may even have lost a job or something like that. And you are, you know, just feeling so, just feeling so stuck on a situation that you really don't want to receive the support that is being offered to you. So, this is telling you that if you start surrendering to receiving support and love, this can certainly take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you as well. Okay? It's time that you also surrender to divine timing. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's often this time, that divine timing may definitely differ from your ego's timing. Understand that if something really isn't manifesting fast enough for you, really according to your ego, you got to be more patient. Again, trust your instincts as well as trust in the universal flow here. Okay? And last but not least, with these cards, surrender to what is. It's time that you learn to flow with what is instead of really always constantly fighting against it. Because when you really can't change a situation, ladies and gentlemen, you have to just simply compassionately accept it exactly as it is. Because by doing so, it certainly will bring you the peace that you guys are seeking. All right. So, in conclusion, this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to just go on and just leave you with one final evocative message to counter from Spirit, a message meant simply for you, something that you can focus on or just contemplate as you move on throughout this time period in question. So, Spirit, what message would you like me to share with Capricorns out here? Okay, what postcard? Okay, here we go. Here's a postcard. I'm going to go on and read it as it is written. Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain hunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned. And know that as you let go of what has passed, ever more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We are loving you, sending you love always and forever. Okay? So, Capricorns, this is what I have for you. Again, I hope that this reading has offered you the information that you guys have been seeking in terms of, if you guys are in a process of trying to, improve your romantic situation with someone existing. Okay? Be sure to like and share. If you like to um, have a more personal reading, you can definitely contact me at will.brown@watconsultantinc.net. Okay? Thanks a lot.